Welcome to Yoga with Marie Demres. That's me, Marie. And hope you're having a great week and enjoying whatever weather you're having, depending on the area of the country that you're in. So let's get started with some breath work and coming to a nice seated position. I like to bring the soles of my feet together. You can choose, you can stretch out your legs or cross your legs or whatever's most comfortable for you. Some people actually go into child's pose for this. But if you're seated, let's straighten your back. Bring the top of your head toward the ceiling. Bring your arms and hands to where they're comfortable. And let's start breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice, long, deep breaths. Working toward finding that breath that is 2 to 3 times longer than your normal breath. While you do this, perhaps bringing the shoulders and up and back, letting them relax. Letting go of anything that is an obstacle for you here. And then bringing the lips together and starting to breathe in and out through your nose, creating a sound that is similar to ocean waves as the air swirls around in the back of your throat. This is your yoga breath called Ujjayi Pranayama. So our theme today is the circle of control. And as you know, we don't have control over everything in our lives or everyone in our lives. And so sometimes it's a good idea to either on paper or mentally focus on those things that you do have control of and take those other things and put them outside the circle. And noticing that even within yourself, there are some things that you may feel that you can't control. Acknowledging that. It's kind of like that saying, let go and let God. There are just some things that we don't have control over. And the spotlight today is on balancing poses. Speaking of control, those sometimes seem a little bit out of our control. So we're really going to take some time to do the balancing poses today, and I'll give you some techniques that will be helpful. So this is a 60-minute class, an hour, and there is a warm-up, there's a couple of flows, some core, and a nice cool down with a beautiful Shavasana. As you inhale, bring the arms up overhead, gazing up. Reach and stretch. As you exhale, fold forward, reaching for your toes. Here you can think about engaging your bandhas. Those are the tummy muscles for Uddiyana Bandha, and abdominal muscles or pelvic and bladder muscles for your Mula Bandha. Yes, good. Inhale, the arms come up overhead, gaze up. Beautiful. As you exhale, take your right hand to your left wrist and dip to the right. Nice. Feel the stretching along the whole left side of your body. And then inhale, come back to center, reach and stretch, gaze up. And then take your left hand to your right wrist and dip to the left. Stretching that whole right side of your body. Nice. And then as you inhale, come back up. Bring your arms out to the side. Let's just do a little circle. You can have your hands facing downward. Circles going forward, and then let's bring the hands facing upward and the circles going backward. Nice little tiny circles, no big deal, okay? Good. And then let's bring the hands out in front of you and bring them together. I want you to bring the palms facing forward, kind of like as if you were trying to tell someone to stop in front of you. Good. And then let's make a fist and bring the elbows back along with your fists. Inhale, stop. Exhale, fist it back. Inhale, stop. Exhale, fist it back. And one more time. Stop. Exhale, fist it back. And now let's bring the legs nice and wide. Very good. And everybody's nice and wide will be a little bit different. So we're going to flex your feet, bring the hands up overhead. And as you exhale, we're going to dip towards your right toes, okay? You don't have to touch them. Just dipping in that direction. Good. Feel the nice stretch again against the left obliques, that whole left side of your body, as you gaze past your left toes. And breathe. Inhale, come back to center, arms come up overhead. Exhale, let's dip and bring your left hand towards your left toes. Your right hand might reach there, maybe not. It's okay. And now you're gazing past the right toes. Feel the inner thigh on the left side working. Press the heels forward, the toes towards you. Nice. And then inhale, come back to center. Bring the hands down. Let's bring the shoulders up. Scrunch your face. Exhale, release. Let the face calm. Inhale, scrunch. Exhale, release. Inhale, scrunch. Exhale, release. And then let's cross your legs in front of you, coming into a tabletop pose on your hands and knees. Beautiful. So here your wrists are right underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hip bones. Good. And engage your bandhas again. So when you engage those tummy muscles, it's kind of like when you're putting on a tight pair of pants. You're holding that tummy in. And when you engage the pelvic and bladder muscles, it's kind of that feeling of holding in as if you had to go to the bathroom and you're in a car and you have to wait about a half hour before you get to the next rest stop. There you go. That's the muscles we're talking about. And then let's do some cows and cats. Inhale, the head and the hips come up. Exhale, coming in to cat pose, rounding the back, gazing behind you, engage the bandhas. Inhale for cow. You release the bandhas here. Exhale, engage, and round the back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. And then on your next inhale, come up into a tabletop pose. And let's bring that right leg out behind you, pushing it out. Heel is pushing back, your foot is flexed. And inhale, the left arm comes forward. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale it back up. Exhale, touch. Inhale it back out. Exhale, touch. Inhale it back out. Exhale, left hand comes down, left foot comes off the mat. And inhale the right arm up, gazing up. Beautiful. And just feel how the chest feels, being nice and open and wide here. As you exhale, bring that right arm over your right ear, bringing the fingers, reaching forward. And then as you exhale, bend the right knee, bring your right hand to your right, into your right ankle. Good. Holding on to that ankle. Your knee is facing the back. And you're doing a little hug tug here. So your foot is pushing out. Your hand is pulling in. Beautiful. And just notice the quads stretching here. The glutes are engaging. Nice. As you exhale, release and bring both the right hand and the right knee down. Let's do a cow and a cat. Beautiful. And then come back into tabletop pose and let's bring that left leg out behind you. Push that left foot back. Inhale, the right arm comes forward. You can either gaze down or past your right fingers, whatever feels good for your neck. Okay? And as you exhale, bring that right elbow to left knee, gaze behind you. Inhale it back out. Exhale, touch. Inhale back out. Exhale, touch. Inhale it back out. Exhale, the right hand comes down. The right foot comes off your mat, kind of like a little kickstand. And then inhale the left arm up. Gaze up. Beautiful. Open that chest. Stack the shoulders. As you exhale, bring that left arm over the left ear, reaching for the front of your mat. Breathe. Let's bend that left foot and bring your left hand to your left ankle. Good. Let's do that little hug tug where you push the foot out and your hand in. Feel the glutes engaging, the quads stretching. And smile. Good. Nice. As you exhale, let's release and come back into tabletop pose. Let's do a cow and a cat. Maybe we'll do two here, okay? And then bring the knees apart, the toes together. Bring your heels back toward, or your hips back toward your heels. The forehead comes down for child's pose. You can stretch your palms out in front of you. Let your breathing slow down. If your shoulders do not allow for your palms to come out in front of you, Then bring them to your sides. Yeah, do what's most comfortable. This is a relaxing pose. And breathe. As you inhale, come back up to a tabletop pose. And we're going to come into plank pose. So bring the feet back. Come onto the balls of your feet. And you're basically look like you're at the top of your push-up. Now, if that's hard for you to hold, you can also bring your knees down here. That's a modification, and it is great. Engage your bandhas while you're here. Abdominal and pelvic and bladder muscles. Don't forget them. Keep breathing. As you exhale, let's bring your knees down if they're not already down. Point your toes and come all the way down to the bottom of your push-up. Your elbows are going to be nice and close to your body here. And then inhale, using your arms, push your head up into up dog. Gazing forward. Just notice here the back. Yeah, it's a nice reset of those back muscles. And I've been doing a lot of these exercises because I kind of hurt my back a couple of weeks ago, and it's getting better. Then curl the toes under and come in to down dog. Push the hips back and up. Push the hips back a little bit farther. And then press the palms down and forward. On this first down dog, alternately bending knees and elbows. Walking your dog. Nice. Breathe. Let your head hang here. Take the tip of your tongue, bring it to the roof of your mouth, and just relax the jaw, the shoulders, the neck. Beautiful. And then bring those heels down. Engage your bandhas and push those hips back again as you push your hands down and forward. Breathe. As you inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float your feet forward towards your hands. Now, your hands can go all the way down to your feet, or if you're having difficulty, maybe you bend your knees and bring the hands down for a nice forward fold. Now grasp opposing elbows and deliberately bend those knees, let the head hang. Push the hips up a little farther and release whatever stress that you may be holding in the bottom of your back or your hips. Let it go. Inhale here, and as you exhale, I want you to do it through your mouth, letting go of any stress or tension. And then as you exhale, let's come halfway up and then down. And then all the way up to standing. Arms come up overhead, gazing up. Reach and stretch. Good. As you exhale, coming to Samastitihi. Palms will come together at heart center. Your feet press into the mat. Take a deep breath here. Engage your bandhas. Lengthen your spine. Soften the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, and gaze forward. Beautiful. So that's sun salutation A. We're going to do that again, and we'll add a little bit every single time. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms out to the sides and then down towards your feet. Bend the knees and then bring the feet back, coming into your plank pose. So this is called Chaturanga Dandasana, or some people call it Vinyasa. And then come down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale for up dog, gaze forward. Exhale, curl the toes under, coming into down dog. Push those hands down and forward, hips go back and up. Breathe. Inhale, bend the knees, step or float your feet up towards your hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Arms come up overhead. Always take your time to come up from that forward fold to this position, Urdhva Hastasana. Now we're going to take our right foot and bring it over to the outside of the left foot. And as you exhale, fold forward. Remember, you don't have to go all the way down. You can always bring a block, put your hand on the block, and let your head come down. Gazing behind you, press the feet down, push the hips up, soften the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. So you're going to feel a stretch along the left side of the outside of your thigh here. Beautiful. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale to Samastitihi, replace your feet. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, the left foot comes to the right side of the right foot. And then inhale the arms up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Use the block if you need to. Gaze behind you. Push the hips up. Press the feet down. Engage your bandhas. Soften the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. So that outside of the right thigh is called the IT band on both sides. And it goes from the knee all the way up to your waist. And you might feel that stretch of the fascia around that muscle. And then as you inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms come up overhead. Exhale to Samastitihi. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. We're going to do sun salutation again. And we will add some more. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, coming into your plank pose. Top of your push-up, knees up or down, according to you. As you exhale, bring the knees down, point the toes back, and inhale to up dog, gaze forward. Ah, beautiful job. Exhale, curl your toes under and coming into down dog. Gaze behind you. Take a deep breath. Inhale here. Soften the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. Exhale here. Inhale, bend your knees. Gaze forward and step or float your feet up towards your hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale to Samastitihi. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, right foot outside of the left. Exhale, forward fold. Cross leg forward fold. Use a block or a net. Gaze behind you. Breathe. These IT bands love being stretched. So don't feel like you need to rush through any of this. Really encourage yourself to appreciate every pose and every breath. And then as you inhale, come up to standing, arms come up overhead. Exhale to Samastiti, replace your feet. And then bring that left foot outside the right. Inhale the arms up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Gaze behind you. Beautiful. As you inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms come up overhead. Exhale to Samastiti. Take a deep breath. So I'm going to turn toward you because we're going to add on balancing poses. So with the balancing poses, we're going to think of the left foot as being very, very big. Nice big platform for you. Okay. And the right foot is the one we're going to raise this time. Your palms are going to start out at heart center, which really kind of helps to center you. Your left foot helps to root you. And your gaze will help you to bring you inward because your gaze is called your drishti. It's a gaze that looks through things rather than at them. So it helps you to really concentrate on your breath, your movement, your spirit, okay? And your energy. And then let's bring that right knee up. Good. Take a deep breath. So think here about your spine lengthening, your shoulders softening. Nice. And then as you exhale, let's bring your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and your right hand out behind you. You're trying to gaze past those right fingers. Nice. Remember, thoughts are of that lengthened spine and the center of your body. And then come back to center, bring that right foot down, and again, center the body by bringing your hands to your chest. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. So if you need a little help with this and you feel like, wow, this is still really hard for me, you can also make sure that a wall is on the left side, or you can take a chair and put it on your left side and put your hand on that, okay? No shame in that at all. Okay, very good. And then let's Again, root that left foot down and bring the right foot to the left calf or the thigh. And I'm going to go for the calf right now. And we're going to come into tree pose, spreading those branches. What a beautiful pose for fall. Engaging your bandhas here, lengthening that spine, and just feeling the beauty of your pose, your body. Nice. As you exhale, let's bring the palms together at heart center. Good. And bring the right foot down. Now I'm going to turn again, and you don't need to turn. I'm just turning so that you can see me. And we're going to go into airplane pose. And for some people, this is their favorite pose. So again, left foot is grounded, and you're going to bring that right leg back and up. Your chest is going to face toward your mat. And then arms come out to a T. And you feel like an airplane. Good. Gauge your bandhas. Smile. Feel the air underneath your arms holding you up. Good. Press your right heel back. And now let's bring your hands down toward the floor. If they don't reach, take a block and put it in front of your foot and put your hands on that, keeping that right leg up. And we'll go into standing splits. So your forehead reaches for your left shin. And the right leg comes up a little higher. Soften, breathe. So the softening is in the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. Your breath is in your chest. And your right leg comes up. As you exhale, bring that right foot to meet the left. Nice. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then we'll come to Samastitihi, our centering pose. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Now let's take this right foot and ground it, root it into the floor. Maybe you imagine roots coming out of it. A lot of imagination going on. And then inhale, that left knee comes up. So this is called Dancing Shiva. I like to flex my foot, but if you feel better pointing it, that's okay. No problem. And then taking the right hand, bringing it to the outside of your left thigh, and the left hand comes out behind you, gazing past the left fingers. And don't worry, if you lose your balance, you can adjust. You can find that chair or that wall. Beautiful. It happens to all of us. As you inhale, come back to center, bring the palms together and bring that left foot down. Let's wiggle the legs a little bit, give ourselves some movement here, release any stress. Good. And then let's come into tree pose. So the left sole of the foot is going to come into the right calf or thigh. Arms are going to come out for the branches. Let yourself open up. breathe, grow. You have so much more. And as you exhale, let's bring the hands together at heart center. Bring that left foot down. I'm going to turn toward the back of my mat. You can stay where you are. And I'm going to go into airplane pose. So let's bring that left leg up. Chest is facing toward my mat. Arms come out to a T. Engage your bandhas. Smile. Loving this beautiful airplane pose. And when you're ready, you're going to bring your hands down toward the mat. Use a block if you need to for standing splits. Yeah. Left leg comes up. Right forehead comes toward the right shin. Soften through the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. And I'm taking a little break. You keep going. Like I said, got some back problems, so I need to listen to my body. And when you're ready, left foot will meet the right, and we'll slowly come all the way up to standing, coming into Samastitihi. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath. And then facing the front of your mat, we'll bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Slowly coming down to the bottom of your push-up. Point your toes. Inhale for up dog. Gaze forward. Exhale, let's go right into child's pose. Knees apart, toes together. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Stretch your palms out in front of you. And breathe. Let yourself relax. And once you've got 3 long breaths in, you can come up into a tabletop pose. And we will come onto your tummies. Okay? And this is where you would need your long or big bolster or your pillow. Okay? So if you don't have one, just pause and go and get that. I usually put it in the description of my yoga. So if you're wondering where you would find out what you need for the class, that's where it is. So here is, this is cattail pose. And your pillow or bolster is on the right side of your mat, near the top. And you're going to take your right hand and put it next to the bolster, and then lay your head onto the pillow. Okay? And then let's bring the right knee up close to your left hand. And then bend your right foot and bring your left hand to your right ankle. Now, if that is hard for you to do, you can always take a strap and bring it around the ankle and just hold onto the strap. It might just be a little too much of a stretch there. So we don't want you to hurt yourself. Go ahead and use a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a scarf or something like that. Just wrap it around your ankle. Right hand goes to that, and you do a hug tug. So you push the foot out, pull the hand in, opening up that chest as you do it. Good. So this is a nice quad stretch. Another thing you can do here is to stretch your left leg out in front of you. If that feels better, go ahead. Try it. It might feel good. Yeah. And breathe. And hold. And then as you exhale, release the hand from your ankle. Bring the left hand down to the mat and come onto your tummy. Good. And then slowly come up into a tabletop pose. And you can bring your bolster to the other side of the mat. I'm going to bring it to the back of my mat because I know that you can see me better that way. So it's now going to the left side, top of your mat. And then I'm going to come onto my left side, bring my left arm next to the bolster. My head goes on top of the bolster, okay? Right knee comes up, and it's next to my right hand. Good. Now bend your left knee and bring your right hand to your left ankle, or the strap comes around it. And do that hug tug as you push the foot out and pull the hand in. Keep that chest nice and open. Again, this is called cattail. You have the option of straightening out your right leg and just extending it out in front of your chest here. Yeah. Won't impair the pose in any way, but it might make you feel better. Yeah. And then let's get a couple more breaths in here because we did a little longer on the other side. Good. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, release, let go of that left leg, and come up into a seated position. Now we're going to cross our legs in front of us and do another short flow. Okay? So crossing the legs, bring your hands down and come into a tabletop pose on your hands and knees. Doing a cow and a cat. Maybe two. Yeah. Curl the toes under, coming up into plank pose. Bring the knees down, bend the elbows, point the toes. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, curl the toes under. Coming into down dog. Gaze behind you. Push the hands down and forward. Beautiful. Inhale, the right leg comes up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, right foot comes in between the hands. Left foot, left toes face the long end of the mat. And while you're here, still down here, you can look at your heels. They should either be in a straight line, or you can bring the right foot a little bit toward the left so that your right heel is in line with the middle of your left foot. So whichever one feels best for you. And then we're going to come into a warrior two. Right knee bent, 90-degree angle, not past that. Arms in a T, gaze past your right fingers. Bring the left hip back a little bit. And breathe. Nice. Press the outer edge of your left foot down. Soften through the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. Inhale, reverse. Warrior, right arm over the right ear. Keep that right arm straight. Left hand comes down your thigh or behind your back, pushing the hips forward. Good. Exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm to the right thigh, left arm over the left ear, gazing past the left fingers. Good. Inhale. Arms come out to a T for warrior two. Straighten out that right leg. Reach that right arm out and down for triangle. Inhale the left arm up, gaze up, or straight ahead. Yeah, keep the chest open, stacking the shoulders here. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up. Both toes facing the long end of the mat. Point your toes out. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. And let's go around the world. So the hands come down. I'm doing clockwise this time. And we'll go around clockwise 3 times. You can bend the knees, pivot the feet, do whatever needs to be done. You might feel some cracking, and that's all good. All right, nice. And then come back into our star pose. Beautiful. Bring the hands back, and then touch, back, and then touch, and then coming to Samastitihi at the back of your mat. Nice. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Slowly going through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Yeah. All the way to down dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, the left leg comes up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, left foot comes in between the hands. Notice your heels and where they are. Right toes face the long end of the mat. Arms come out to a T. Left knee is bent. 90 degrees and gaze past your left fingers. Bring the right hip back. Soften through the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. Engage your bandhas. Inhale, reverse, left arm over the left ear. Gaze up toward the left fingers, right hand down your thigh or behind your hips. Exhale, extended side angle, left forearm to the left thigh, right arm over the right ear. Maybe you gaze up here toward those right fingers. Yeah. Inhale, come back into warrior two, arms in a T. And then straighten out that left leg. Reach the left arm out and down for triangle. Inhale the right arm up. Gaze up or straight ahead. All depends on your neck. Yeah. And where it allows you to go. Never force anything in yoga. Never hurt anything in yoga. It's all about healing when we're here. It's all about breathing. Inhale, come all the way up. All toes face the long end of the mat. Coming into star pose. Bring the arms up overhead, gaze up, and now we're going to go counterclockwise for around the world. Going to the left and down, to the right and up. Make sure you're bending and stretching and pivoting wherever you need to. Yeah, this is a very fluid pose. And we want to go around 3 times if you can. Yeah. And then once you've done that, come back into star pose. Beautiful. You did it. And then turn toward the back of the mat, coming to Samastiti. Inhale here, exhale here. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Slowly going through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Yeah. And then coming into a child's pose. Give yourself a break. Let yourself breathe and relax. Eventually, coming into a seated position, bring your legs out in front of you. Nice. Take a nice deep breath here. Bring your hands to your sides. Yeah. Right next to your hips, palms down. Lengthen the spine. Bring the shoulders up and rest them toward your back. Soften. Gaze is forward. Feet are flexed. Bandhas are engaged. Yeah. Inhale the arms up overhead. Gaze up. Exhale, forward fold, reaching for your toes. If you can't reach them, use a strap. Keep the back nice and straight. Good. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way down to the back, to a lying down position. Bring the arms up overhead, point your toes. Stretch. Breathe in for 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your hands to your sides. So I'm going to have you bring your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then as you exhale, you're going to release and bring the feet up toward the ceiling for candlestick pose. All right. So if you need a little bit of help here, you can always take your bolster and just bring it behind your hips here to kind of give you a little support. Yeah, and keep those feet straight up, okay? It doesn't really do a whole lot, except it just feels like it's supporting you, and it feels good for me. So now we're going to do a figure 4 lying down, okay? So sometimes we do it standing up, and we're going to do it lying down this time. So you're going to take your right ankle and bring it over your left thigh. Good. Now bend your left knee and bring your hands underneath your left thigh and bring it towards you. Now, The amount that you bring it toward you will depend on who you are and how your left hip and your back feel today. So for me, this one is a little bit more difficult. Yeah. So this is a stretch of the right IT band also, just similar to what we did before, but a little more intense. Breathe. And then as you exhale, bring that left foot down and the right leg goes straight back up. Okay, if you need to, you can flex it, bring it up and down a little bit, let it just relax, and then bring that right heel up toward the ceiling. All right, now we're going to bring the left leg up to meet it. All right, now notice your chin. Your chin should be facing toward the front of your mat, okay? So not up toward the ceiling, but toward the front of your mat, because we don't want to mess up your neck here. All right, and then we're going to take the left ankle and bring it in front of your right thigh. Flex your right foot and bring the right foot down, and hands come underneath your right thigh and bring it towards your chest. And again, just notice where your edge is. The edge is that place of greatest resistance, reaching toward your full potential without any pain. Yeah, it's the good stretch. Breathe into it. This is also another way to do pigeon pose. If you have all been instructed to do pigeon pose in a yoga class and you have difficulty, this is the way to do it on your back. Good. And then bring that right foot down. Inhale the left leg up and slowly bring it down. Now, we're going to just take that bolster or pillow and bring it to the side and kind of out of the way, because we need to do a couple more poses. And bring the arms out to the side, knees come up to your chest, and bring the knees over to the right. Arms are out in the T as you gaze past your left fingers. So if this hurts your neck, just let your gaze go straight up, okay? Be careful. Some spinal twist. I'm going to release. The breath, the bandhas, the drishti. Just come back to your organic self here and notice how you feel. And then as you inhale, bring the knees back to center. Straighten the spine and bring the hips up. Clasp the hands underneath the hips for bridge pose. Good. As you exhale, bring the hips down, arms come out to a T. Bring the hips over to the right, about 4 inches, knees come up to your chest, and over to the left. Maybe you gaze to the right. You can also put a block underneath your knees or in between your knees if it helps you feel more comfortable. It does not take away from the pose. And as you inhale, come back to center. Bring the hips and straighten out the spine, and then stretch out the legs here. Bring your hands to your sides, palms facing up, and come into Shavasana. Let everything go. Remembering that circle of control. Knowing what you control and what you do not. And feel comfortable in that space. You are welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. I'm going to finish off the practice, but you're welcome to just turn my sound off and stay right where you are. If you're staying with me, let's bring the knees up and give yourself a hug. Come onto your favorite side, renewing your mind, your body, and your spirit. And then eventually coming up into a seated position, crossing your legs in front of you. Bring the hands up overhead, sealing in your practice. Palms come together at heart center. May the God-given light and love in me reach out to that same light and love in you. Namaste. Until I see you again, have a wonderful, beautiful day, week, whatever it happens to be.